Moving on now, the bromance between United States President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk is showing signs of strain. Elon Musk has now stepped down from the Trump administration following President's recent policies on migration and on a new tax bill. Now, this comes just 24 hours after Elon Musk criticized Donald Trump's bill. Elon Musk claims that Donald Trump is spending massively, which will lead to a federal deficit. He said the bill will undermine all the work that Dodge has done. Donald Trump yesterday called it a big and beautiful bill. Contradicting him, Elon Musk said the bill cannot be both beautiful and big. When Donald Trump learned what Elon Musk had said, he said he will look at the bill and he is not happy with certain aspects of it.
Mr. President, Elon Musk in a television interview criticized the one big, beautiful bill, saying he was disappointed it didn't cut enough, essentially, that it undercut the Doge efforts. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the reaction's a lot of things. Number one, we have to get a lot of votes. We can't be cutting. We need to get a lot of support, and we have a lot of support. We had to get it through the House. The House was. We have no Democrats. If it's up to the Democrats, they'll take the 65% increase. If that doesn't get approved, this country is going to have a 65% increase in taxes and lots of other problems, big problems, almost bigger than that. But we'll have a 65% increase as opposed to the largest tax cut in the history of our country. We will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it. That's the way they go. It's very big. It's the big, beautiful bill.
These are two men with enormous egos. Both of them think that they're the smartest people in the room, basically in any situation that they're in. And so there was inherently tension between the two from day one, as you were saying. And I think what started to happen eventually, although we'll see what the reporting says, we have to wait and understand, is that Musk got frustrated with the fact that he didn't have quite as free a hand as he thought he might. His Doge program ran into opposition in the courts, in the bureaucracy, sometimes within other members of the Trump government. And so eventually he felt that it was time for him to leave. And I think Trump, on the other hand, perhaps got frustrated at times that he was being outshone by Musk. I think that didn't sit terribly well with him. And so while he was happy to have him around and help out in various ways, it wasn't like he felt it was essential that Musk stay forever.
Now, tensions are still escalating between US President Donald Trump and one of the world's most famous universities, the Harvard University. In his latest move, Donald Trump has called for a cap on foreign students' admission, suggesting that it should be slashed to just 15%. In a fiery statement from the Oval Office, Donald Trump accused Harvard of disrespecting the United States and demanded that the Ivy League giant reveal the list of international students. The Trump administration has also moved aggressively to revoke visas of Chinese nationals studying in critical fields, especially those allegedly linked to the Chinese Communist Party. The White House spokesperson said the U.S. is in need of more electricians, plumbers, and less LGBTQ graduate majoring from Harvard. Now, senior State Department officials have also told media agencies that all the visa holders associated with Harvard University are currently being scrutinized. Not just students, but even visa holders are being looked at. The Secretary of State, Mark Rubio, said U.S. will now tighten the security, expand social media vetting, and suspend new visa appointments globally.
Harvard has to show us their lists. They have foreign students. About 31% of their students are foreign-based, almost 31%. We want to know where those students come. Are they troublemakers? What countries do they come? And we're not going to, if somebody is coming from a certain country and they're 100% fine, which I hope most of them are, but many of them won't be, you're going to see some very radical people. They're taking people from areas of the world that are very radicalized, and we don't want them making trouble in our country. So I saw yesterday that in the middle of the UK, there was a nice young man. He wants to go back to school at Harvard, and he looked good to me, but I want to check his past. But we want to be able to see why, these countries aren't helping us. They're not investing in Harvard and all of we are. So why would 31%, why would a number so big? I think, number one, I think they should have a cap of maybe around 15%, not 31%.
The United States of America that is now tightening its immigration security, and not just with international students. They are not just the ones who are feeling the heat. Stricter policies are also affecting students globally. Watch this report.
voice is loud and clear.
Harvard's voice is loud and clear.
Every student's welcome here.
Every student's welcome here.
The US battles against its own president to retain its academic freedom. A part of the prestigious Ivy League college, Harvard University is taking the Donald Trump government to court for an unprecedented attempt to bar the enrollment of international students. In another case, a federal judge in Boston temporarily blocked the US Department of Homeland Security from revoking foreign student enrollment on 23rd May. This is just one of the battles. The Trump administration will now direct US federal agencies to review Harvard University's grants to potentially end or redistribute funding. The administration estimates about 30 contracts collectively worth $100 million could be reviewed. Earlier, federal grants of $2.65 billion were frozen. All this because Trump administration accuses the oldest American university of engaging in discrimination and anti-Semitism.
And look, I know it may surprise you because he seems so obsessed with us, but Donald Trump doesn't actually care about Harvard. He wants to take Harvard down because universities stand for free ideas and for free speech. Free ideas and free speech get in the way of authoritarians. And so like authoritarians before him in places like Russia, like Turkey, and like Hungary, Donald Trump is attacking universities.
Harvardians have come out in a show of unity. They protest the US government's interference in their academic structure while backing the enrollment of international students and their rights to be a Harvardian.
I think that Trump's attacks on higher education stop, because if we show enough resistance, then he is going to fold. That's how Trump works. But if we start to give in, even just a little, fire a few controversial professors or stop admitting a certain type of students, then he's going to continue. He's going to come back for even more.
At the core of the United States, we're a country founded on immigrants, and we're a country, one of our core values is being welcoming to immigrants from all across America, all across the world into American shores. And I think that we've really gotten away from that core value, but it's something that's really important.
Meanwhile, US has put a halt to all new student visa appointments across the world. American universities are considered not only economic drivers, but also reflect its democratic values. Harvard University alone attracts students from more than 140 countries. American universities dominate the international league tables, such as the QS World Rankings, where 10 of the top 25 schools are US-based.
I would say that we as international students in Harvard, in the U.S., we are not enemies of the U.S. We don't hate the U.S. If we are here, it's because we admire this country, and we admire actually the academic and the liberty and the freedoms that this country has. When we go back home, most of us serve as ambassadors to the country in an informal way. We go back to strengthen American ties with our countries economically, diplomatically, politically, academically. And so we are not the enemy. We are actually participating in the system, making this country bigger, if you want it, better in a sense. And so I will just say that we are not the enemy. You don't have to fight us.
Harvard, which is suing the Trump administration's actions, argues that the rush to punish the school violates free speech rights under the US Constitution's First Amendment by trying to assert control over its staff, curriculum and enrollment. Mahashweta Lala for India Today.